Just gotta keep our heads up.
Huh?
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
At least you got your health.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definite. You some sort of wandering alienist? You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the cons and become the town pariah. I'm already the oldest worker in town. I don't need to give them another reason to avoid me. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't you? Couple hours out of your day and some light second-story work, that's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. I'll do what I can. You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting. I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy. More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy. So you'll do it then? You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it. Just keep your head down when you're in there. I know that. But I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy. Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's, I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. All right, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you. That's all I can ask of you.
You wanna mingle, go try the ki-
Been eating nothing but salt.
I know how you feel.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations, as long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found any. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual? You are correct. An outstanding bounty has been posted for information pertaining to the whereabouts of Phineas. I am obliged to warn you against forming acquaintance. I am also obliged to inform you of our referral program. For every criminal you refer to the authorities, the Board will reward you. Wells has been wanted for as long as the Board decides. Unfortunately, Wells is wanted by the Board. If you have information related to the location of Phineas V. Wells, you are required to... Something to report? As long as you're... If this is a... I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region... Careful, stranger. Talk like that comes dangerously close to sedition. Space, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know that. I don't serve Edgewater. Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The bureaucracy is a noble profession. Space, also known as the Board. Something to report? As long as your questions fall. If this is a... I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice. Space, also known as the Board. I must admit it. If this... I don't serve Edgewater. Also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this. Something... Know how to... Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just one per marauder, please. Interesting. As long as you're...
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
Just the way it goes, I suppose. read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us, Cannery could use those extra hands.
Nothing we can do about that.
Sure there is. We can have another 0G.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to, where am I again? Edgewater. Productivity. That's the one. Yep, that's us. Productive. Company lets me imbibe as... Yep. Got my... Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount. Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. That's some slick rags you're numb to the bone thanks to 0G Brew.
I don't know you. Amelia Kim, Spacer's... I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here. Am I that easy to read? Yeah, we've been having some problems. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you... Traitors. Town's already struggling to make quote. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about... Do you now? And what makes you think... You want to talk to Mr. Thompson, try ignoring your duty. It is a good thing. If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve... Go ahead. I don't see how that's any of your... You're the first to ask after me in some time. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. What happened, you ask? I just didn't have the brains for it. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions up. Don't talk to me that way, please. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. They did. They gave me a life. What's wrong with that? Unless you're in Byzantium. Not so... So, what's your story? That right? Prove it. I know that... You're right. I don't believe you. I'd advise... Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum. Look, I don't know... my world is these 4... Let me make something clear. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that. There you go with that thing. I've said enough. They wanted to face their I've talked enough about my past. Suppose I did. What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. You ain't Spacer's Choice. Could be you're with Auntie Cleo. That's it. Well, good luck trying to figure yourself out. Coming. Oh, I almost forgot. We'll get you mostly drunk. Go ahead. The Hope? Wait, no, never mind. We're all out of something. I don't know what fancy bars you've been crawling, but the rest of us make do with 0G. 0G? Would you keep your voice down? The Hope's folklore. You're inviting trouble. Look, either shut your gob, coming right. You tried? Go ahead. I've talked enough about my past. I've talked enough about my past. Plague got you feeling woozy? Get.
Somebody's been rambling about some.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. No, thank you. I'm Conrad. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. A ship? I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look in. Vicar Maximilian, our man from... You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties. He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his... Go ahead. The plagues come at us with a vent... I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among... Nature is monstrous, friend. And this... Edgewater... I am never wanting for work. I wouldn't call... Fever, chills, fatigue, whatever it may be, I have developed... Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Edgewater... I am never wanting for... As the good vicar says, I wouldn't call them good work. We're a sensible...
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me. Because I'm sick. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk. I don't know which company. Maybe you don't know. Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble. People trouble. Company always tells us. We experience... I'm feeling a touch. I've never seen an outfit like...
Take waste of company ammo!
Boss won't let us have any adrena attacks.
Right. I just earned a fine bonus!
Move along.
Who is that? Put him down! I'm taking cover! I'm going in! Waste of company ammo!
Heard something outside the walls today.
Nothing for us outside those walls. You ought to know that.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. Music to my... It's not the best choice. You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery. Go right ahead. What, you mean Edgewater? It's fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2. I have every reason to be. I don't get paid for banter. Go right ahead. Other than yourself? But there's something about him. Plague. I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor. You have got the... Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness. But the fact is, if you spend enough time, medical treatment is commensurate with our value. Then the hand of medical... Listen, you mind if we talk about something? No ill intent. Word is, there's plague. I take... Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness. But the fact is, Spacer's medical treatment is... It is... Listen, you mind if we talk... Word is, there... Some of us who get... Medical treatment is commensurate with our valid... Listen, you mind if we talk about something else?
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
I'm not holding out hope. Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No. And I resent the accusation.
Wasn't nothing but a question. Do excuse me.
I must be on my way. Verity to you.
Talking to the good vicar always lifts up my spirits.
Work fortifies the spirit.
Yes, what is it? You're an ounce. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town? Mechanical tomfool. Oh, and a word of warning. If you're considering wandering around out... Marauder. One of the reasons I transferred... I happen to know such... My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. It's a handwritten journal, a fake. It is not only... Not many in this colony could understand its That's Back again? They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaust... The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that... You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us. We will eventually... The future... Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to Grand Architects ourselves. The Order of Scientific Inquiry. Mock me all you want. What would you like to discuss? Not to put too... Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy. Like a... Oh, nothing. I'm simply bemoaning the... level of spiritual awareness in this town. Yes, I must double my efforts. Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to... They who are not satisfied... Selling? No. It is free for all who seek it. Have you? They who are not satisfied with... The OSIT... You don't talk to the Grand... We will... The future, the past... Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true... Well, seriously though, they who are... The OSI... You don't talk... Fun. It concerns much... We will have... Some even believe... I would... Seriously though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes... Do, and you'll have my undying gratitude. Of course.
Carry on. I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make. Got my sights on you.
Hey.
Grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with... well, not fish.
Seems we've got a gap. Really now, Parv, I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course, seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my...
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson...
I beg, I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly... Oh, yes. So, there's a power... Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the Botanical District over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be... I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Edgewater is... If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those... Neither do I. My hope is that... Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me get...
Are you setting off for the Vale? 'Cause I mean...
I hesitate to part ways.
Great!
Well, I am glad. My offer remains standing should you reconsider. Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things, all that I can't. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent. Corporate doesn't like us using the word. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude. If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. It is not easy for... Spacer's choice is a fact. Go ahead. Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors. Begging your word up. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, Saltuna is hard to come by. Oh, we've scavenged together some more, some of which possess... Go ahead. It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place. I wish you wouldn't say things like that. I expect you wouldn't understand. When I stand at my wit, we are all part of this... Go ahead. That you were... I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope... Nature is ugly. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we... Go ahead. Can we not? My offer remains standing should you Go ahead. That you are not... Script? Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. Go ahead. Can we... My offer remains standing.
We better clear up. Out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. Where are we headed? We better clear out of Mr. Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we chat? Sorry. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. Oh, he ain't a liar. It's just... To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. Can't say as I know. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt. I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Books are for rich folk. I wonder what he wants with something like that. Thanks, Miss. I just think that's what my... Something you need? I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Any progress on... Ah, Miss Holcomb.
This here's Vicar to...
Thank you for the kind assessment, Miss Holcomb. Please get it. A religious text deemed heretical by the OSI, because I'm also a collector of books. Rare things in this colony. Appreciate...
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in... I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety. I can see why Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. What would you like? Any problem? Please get it. What would you like to... And... Please, a religion... Because I'm...
Yeah, huh? You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but real machines have gunk. The machine Vicar sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. Fixing the universe is a job for somebody... Yeah, huh? I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Any progress? Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. No. They...
Yeah, huh? You mean about... Real? The machine Vickers sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. The Vickers about the... It's just that when he looks at... I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Any
This...
Please get it. Because
what?
You... Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Does... Astute. But I am here, not... Assuming your goal is to save it, not if things are...
Where are we headed? You mean about... Real? The machine Vickers sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. I think there's something higher and greater than us.
Some hullheads running around town talking about lost colony ships.
Something you need? When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here. I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. I think she was jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self.
Huh?
Be right. Sure. Wake up! That's the last of them! I'm going.
Find you.
Here they come! Woo! We made it! That was quick. them! mess with us.
Hear that? What's that?
Look out! Nice one! Here they come! Something you need? I don't know anybody who ever came out this far. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Right in the vitals! Right in the vitals!
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. Only thing unscrewed around here is the head of... You, on the other hand, I'm great at clarifying. No. I insinuated myself into their... I may have bartered them. I don't know. Oh, you mean around... I got kicked out of... I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical... Instead, I've got all the time in Halcyon. I'm great at...
You're fast. Gotcha.
What I wouldn't do for a... I'm great at clarifying. I got kicked. Instead, what do I've got... I'm great...